Hello, my name is Chris Fox, and I believe that I'm fortunate. We're all very fortunate that we live in a society where freedom of expression isn't only allowed, but it's something that's celebrated, and it's a very precious thing. As a child, I loved sports. I loved football, baseball, basketball, all that stuff. And you know what my favorite part about that was? The running around? No. The games won? No. Fond childhood memories? No. It was the uniforms, or outfits, as I like to call them. Whenever I joined a new team, I was always so excited for what the new uniform would be. Before basketball games, I'd always ask my parents, all right, guys, is it blue or silver? I gotta know, because these socks are not gonna match themselves. Or if it was baseball, Mom, does this hat go with this belt and the blue socks, or the white socks, this belt, and no hat? I was always facing a dilemma. I love outfits. I really do. As most of y'all know, I'm always wanting to try on something new. I love what clothes can express. We can present ourselves as comfortable and cozy, or as a timeless classic. All just by changing clothes. Clothes can make you feel good. Girls, I know you love to get dressed up. High heels, dress, lipstick, all that stuff. Guys, you can't lie and say that it's not fun to get dressed up. You can show any side of who you are, even ones that people might be surprised to learn about. Now, I certainly don't want to leave out the fun that I had on Halloween or getting dressed up for plays and musicals. The costumes that I wore were usually an indication of what I wanted to be at that time. From cowboy to tiger to magician, the happiness of getting dressed up is awesome. I think the only disappointment I can have was this one Halloween where I wanted to be a firefighting ice cream man clown. All three, same time. I thought it'd be awesome. I could run into a house, kick the door open with my big red shoes on, save the day, and then of course treat them to some ice cream after. It was a dream job. Sadly, that Halloween, my parents could only manage 2 out of the 3. Oh well. Anyways, for me, freedom of expression has not only been uniforms, clothing, and costumes, it's also come to signify something even more important, the freedom to be and do what your heart desires. Again, I feel extremely lucky and grateful that I live in a time and a place where I can try new things, even unconventional ventures. I'll admit, when I first joined cheer, I was very nervous. I was nervous that people make fun of me and that I wouldn't like it really. In fact, for those of y'all who remember that 8th grade football game where I did the splits, I know I talk about it all the time, but it was because it was very important to me, because it was kind of that moment when I thought I knew I wanted to be a cheerleader. I love to cheer people on. It's awesome. It's great knowing that your words of encouragement give people that last drive to push 100% and give just that little bit of energy they have before their body just can't take it anymore. Sadly, at that time in 8th grade, I didn't know that I could do such a thing. If it hadn't been for the supporting environment of Oakridge, I don't know if I would have ever joined cheer. Not only was I allowed to, but it was also enthusiastically encouraged. I need to go off on a tangent real quick and thank my senior class. See Connor in the back, right there, with his hand pointing up, number 1? We really are number 1. I think that we're an awesome class. We're very supportive of being who we are, and that's awesome. And I'm really going to miss all y'all next year. Joining cheer has been the best decision of my life, and I've never been so happy. I've learned that when you follow your heart, you might open new doors that you might have never envisioned. I now know that by following your heart, cool and unexpected things can happen. For me, being a cheerleader has brought a new set of friends into my life. Friends who share the same passion of bringing fun and spirit to our school. I love my teammates. I've grown very close to all of them, and frankly, I'm going to miss all of them. They're all like sisters to me. They're always there for me. They teach me how to be patient, how to be a good leader, encourage me to do backflips, and I now know how to apply mascara the proper way. I could explain how girls get ready the entire process. It's a very long process. Another surprising and truly unexpected benefit of becoming a cheerleader was being offered a way to get in touch with my inner Zoolander through an invitation to do runway modeling of cheer clothing, outfits again, at a conference in Disney World. Now, while most of y'all might think that strutting down the runway with 30 very pretty girls might have been the best consequence of joining cheer, but it wasn't. But it was up there. Lastly, I want to share with you this experience that I had before a football game not too long ago. This little boy, he came up to me and he pulled on my shirt and he said, "Excuse me, sir." First off, it was awesome being called sir. And he said, "What are you wearing?" And I said, "Well, this is my cheerleading uniform." And he was kind of confused and he's like, "You're a cheerleader?" I said, "Yeah." And he looked like he just didn't understand what was going on, and he was looking down and just so confused. And he looked up at me and said, "That's awesome. I want to be the next boy cheerleader." And it was great. It was awesome knowing that I let this boy know that, realize that he could be anything, even if it was unconventional. So, I know I've talked a lot about cheer and clothes, things that might seem superficial in the grand scheme of things, but they're not. The whole point of being free to express ourselves without fear is that it allows us to follow our hearts and to feel joy. If you want to be a guy cheerleader, go be a guy cheerleader. If you want to be a girl race car driver, go be a girl race car driver. If you want to be a guy and dress up in high heels and a dress, you go do that. We live in a place where we have the right to express ourselves. So let's not let that go to waste. I feel lucky and extremely fortunate continually experience such a precious thing. Really, just don't worry about what others think. Just stop thinking so much. Close your eyes and listen to your heart. I can guarantee that it knows the way. And you never know. Maybe you too can become a firefighting ice cream man clown. Thank you.